Good Mountain Monday morning, and welcome to the Mountain Monday Morning Show. And I'm your host, Robert Onby, along with Mountain Man Wayne McCarter, and we are ready to go. Are we ever ready to go this morning on Mountain Monday morning?
Let's go.
We've already had one show just for ourselves here.
That's
The
exactly
people didn't even
right.
get to see.
No.
And man, it was they should have seen that one. But anyway, we're going to get into we're going live here, folks. We are going live. So, you know the drill. Those of you who have been following Mountain Monday Morning, you know what to do. What is it they need to do?
Click and share.
Click and share, text,
Text.
tweet, call,
Mm-hmm.
elbow, not too hard. We don't want to get called on the carpet for promoting
Where did they get
violence. Oh, no, we don't want that. Anyway, get the word out whichever way, whichever direction, by whichever technological means that you can, that Mountain Monday morning is on live because it's Monday morning, and we'll be right back. Welcome to Mountain Monday morning. We hope you got your texting, tweeting, calling, gouging, whatever you needed to do to get someone's attention. We hope you got all that done because we are on live from our studios here in the Smoky Mountains of East Tennessee. And if you missed the colors, well, you may have missed them because they're all falling down. Woo, I mean, the leaves are coming down. I get out with my leaf blower and get them all cleared off the parking lot.
Fell the next, didn't they?
And about 10, 15 minutes later, I looked back out there and I thought I cleared those leaves off the parking lot, and they covered up again. So, man, they are really, but we had some pretty color just for a short period of time. At least up, yeah, it sure does. At least up our way, the colors were pretty, but they didn't hang on as long. I mean,
No,
they are
didn't.
coming down.
Weather just hot to cold just in a day.
Right, but we hope everybody had a great Veterans Day,
Yep.
and we want to
We want to honor
salute
you. Thank
and
you
honor
for serving.
our veterans, and yes, and we had a wonderful time at down at our place yesterday at our worship service. We had Gary Christian to come in at the Civic Center, and Abundant Life Worship Center, he came in and did such a tremendous job at giving his testimony, and it was so heart-wrenching, touching, funny at times. He even, his demeanor and his attitude, such a change from when the people who saw him in the courtroom proceedings, and I'm not going to mention much about that because I don't think it's be appropriate. But anyway, I'm telling you, his testimony, if one person could be in the Civic Center there and hear that man's testimony and hear him speak, and if you had a dry eye when you left or during that, if you had a dry eye just about any time during, something's wrong. I mean, it was powerful and so moving at the change that he experienced in his transformation from the pain, the hatred, and the suffering that he and his family went through. It was one of the greatest, if not the greatest, testimony. And so the humility and the intent of helping other people with that testimony that he has. Oh, man. If you have never heard this gentleman speak, I advise you to get in touch with him and set up a something with him to get this testimony in your area, church, auditorium, wherever you can get him. I guarantee you it is something that needs to be heard in the time that we're living in now. So we thank all the veterans. We thank Gary Christian for coming to our fellowship and giving his testimony. And, you know, we're just, not much more than a week away now from Thanksgiving, one of the major holidays here in the United States. So I suppose, you can tell the weather's getting to both of us. I suppose we need to talk turkey. Don't you think that's a good idea to talk turkey this morning? Because that seems to be, oh, by the way, let's just ask the people, what is your very favorite Thanksgiving meal? What do you like? Go to the comment section on Facebook and just let us know. Let us know where you're listening from too. I'm going to be. I got some big news about our listeners and our audience, our radio audience here.
For following me, all they got to say on that question is food. Food.
Now that is your favorite.
That's what I like on Thanksgiving.
That's
food.
your favorite. But maybe someone's got a special. Maybe it's turkey. Maybe some people just cannot stand turkey, and maybe they like baked chicken with their cranberry sauce or whatever. Yeah, whatever your favorite Thanksgiving meal or food might be. Just go down to the comment section and let us know, because we would certainly like to hear from you, wouldn't we?
Oh, yeah.
And so
all that goes with taters.
Taters go with anything. That you can around this area here. If you have a meal without taters, you ain't had a meal. That's just you just don't do that. So we're going to be talking turkey now. We're going to be, we got a lot of holidays coming up. We got Thanksgiving coming up. When is that? That's next week, isn't it?
I think so.
That's coming up next week at the 22nd, 20-something. Anyway, look on your calendars, folks.
I think today's the 12th, Brother Robert.
Yeah, well, it's coming up next week, if I'm not mistaken. So we want your comments on that. And, you know, our family, what we used to do, the men folk, especially the women folk, be cooking, of course, in the kitchen, cooking up a set of table that fit for a king. That is, if the king is the mountains, king of the mountain. Because some kings wouldn't want to eat the kind of stuff that we fixed, you know, that cornbread and a lot of the fixings, giblets, and the giblet gravy and all that, you know.
Today our children never heard of giblet gravy.
And so they call themselves a king, and they never had anything like that. They don't know what living is. Man. And the men folk, we'd get our guns or shotguns or rifles, and we'd go off into the woods hunting. I bet your family did that.
Did the same thing.
Did the same thing. You get out there and you get to hunting for whatever was legal and sometimes illegal if you got something. Hey, do you know some of them deer hunted when deer hunting season's open? You know, we get out deer hunting. You know, I saw a 100-point buck this morning.
I think some of our viewers would call you a liar.
Oh! Now don't use. Now listen, don't use language that strong. I'm supposed to be your friend, and you're my neighbor, and we're co-hosting here, and you use. It was a 100-point. I'm telling you.
That's some strong toothpaste you use.
No.
$100.
A buck, I guarantee
I'm an old
you.
man. I've never seen no 100-pointer.
I had never seen a 100-pointer, at least that I knew of. But now I tagged him this morning. I tagged him. I got proof. I tagged
A lot of the hunters in
a 100-point buck.
I don't believe it.
If you count,
Never seen no 100-pointer.
there's a 100-point buck. Now you count the pennies and that.
You ain't right.
It's a 100-point buck, folks. I tagged him this morning.
Pray
I
for
picked him
him.
up.
Mountain man's rubbing off on him.
A
100-point
buck. Now, one thing we're going
I
to
ain't
do.
never seen that much meat in my life.
You take them. You count them. You count
had
them
me
bronze
on that
coins.
nerve. Not no 100-point.
That's pretty easy to do sometimes.
Yep, I ain't hard.
Now, we're going to be, since we got all these holidays coming up, we got Thanksgiving coming up, and it's not going to be long till we get on out. We're going to be looking at a New Year's here before we know it, the way time's rolling along. Now, our Mountain Music Hour. Oh, speaking of Mountain Music Hour, we will be done probably maybe putting together some kind of a special for now December next month. Now this month we're probably going to have Tim Parton back, and I got something to say about that Tim Parton. But in December, our Mountain Music Hour is going to be kind of situated in between the two holidays. You got the Christmas holiday and you got New Year and all that, Hanukkah, some people. Anyway, we got the Mountain Music Hour that's kind of ridged right in, sitting right in between those. But I think that maybe if we kind of get our heads together, we can come up with some kind of maybe a holiday special. And we'll not specify which one because we got them coming up in between the two. But maybe we can get together. We get with Tim and Gail, the Partons, and my daughter, and I. A couple did request to come on a Mountain Music Hour. A couple of country gospel. They've got they're terrific singers, and maybe we get something a little bit special. But we'll work on that. That's coming up. But now here's what we don't want to do. Now we'll be adding some music onto the radio programming too, holiday music. But now here's what we're not going to do with the radio programming. When not necessarily a program, it's like us. You never know what's going to happen. We're not going to, what would you call it? We're not going to multitask with music. We're not going to be introducing music that's appropriate for a holiday 2 or 3 months out and have that play in 2 weeks or a month
we get
before
through
Thanksgiving.
the holiday at hand.
Now we get through the holiday at hand before we exactly.
We get a little bit carried away. Our Halloween. I was all excited about trick-or-treaters and all the goodies.
And the kids. I had grandkids over.
I never had nary one.
You didn't?
No, not one.
Well, what was the problem?
They just don't like me, I guess. But I had this
you too spooky for them. What? You too spooky for them.
I had that great big bag of candy left there, Brother Robert, in that bowl. I tell you what, I ate WWs till I hurt.
Ate what?
WWs.
WWs.
Mm-hmm.
You must mean M&M.
That's probably
the M&Ms.
Well, it's according to which way you're looking at it.
WWs. Yeah. Well, what about them? What do you like? You like that kind?
I like the red ones.
You like the red ones?
A whole lot, but every now and again, a blue one ain't bad. You know.
I'm of the opinion now that they all taste the same. It's all the same. It's all chocolate.
You've been talking to my wife, ain't you?
I'm just trying to make a point.
I disagree. I disagree.
You disagree. You think the color... Well, I think those colors might have a little bit of a different flavoring in them. I don't know, but as far as the chocolate, I cannot tell any difference in them.
Well, if you lay them all out there and you eat all the red ones and then all the yellow ones, it's just...
But you think they're WWs if you're looking at them.
It's going
turned
which way you're looking
direction.
at them. My wife argued with me. She said, "Why they're M&Ms?" And I said, "Not the way I'm looking at it."
Oh, well, I always called them M&Ms. That's what I always heard them call on you. But I never thought them was WWs. But now, what do you do? Now, let me ask you now, this is a technical, scientific question I want to ask you here. This is very important concerning letters and numerology and all that, because they all got a set. If you turn a 6 upside down, then what do you have?
Well, if you stand on your head, you got a 6.
Now,
9.
You got a 9. Now, okay, I see your point on the M&M WW thing, but now let me ask you a really technical question here. I don't want to mess with your psyche too much, but I want to know something. If you turn that, just tilt it sideways, what do you got?
If you turn it sideways.
Yeah. If it's a W or an M, if you just tilt it sideways, what do you get?
I'd be confused pretty good right there now. That's a good question.
What would it
I'll
be?
have to get
What would
back
it be?
to you on that one. I don't know.
Well, I already know.
Well, if you turn it up like that, it looks like a 33, probably.
Well, yeah, that could be. I don't know.
I mean,
anyway,
that's just maybe I got up too early, but
that would be if you turn it side. And I'm going to get sophisticated on you. I'm going to get Harvard. I'm going to get Harvard on you here. If you turn it sideways, if you look at the Greek alphabet and the uncial capital, that's the capital. What we would call uppercase letters. It was called Attic Greek. Doesn't mean they kept their letters in the attic now. That's just the terminology that we use. If you turn that sideways, that forms the Greek letter sigma. That's what it forms. So now you remember that. I taught you something that's very important.
One set of numbers when I was going to school. I don't know how far up I went before they started all that crazy stuff on me and adding letters to numbers. Boy, that confused me.
Confused you, okay. But anyway, let's get back down to earth here. It's Monday morning, folks. You never know what to expect out of us, like me tagging a 100-point buck.
Nothing got me.
Well, I had an idea that it would. Now we want you to go on to Facebook and click and share if you like the program. Now, what we do here is, well, you never know. That's the point. You never know what we're going to be pulling on Mountain Monday morning. So you just have to keep following in order to know. We want to keep you in suspense, don't we?
Don't know myself.
You don't know yourself. But anyway, the point is that we enjoy doing this. We enjoy Mountain Fun Life, and we're home to Creative Christian Network. Now, we want you to enjoy and continue to enjoy the programs. What we would like for you to do, not only click and share on Facebook, go down and comment, tell us what you like about your Thanksgiving dinner, the foods you like, where you're watching from, and we appreciate that very much. And you can go on to YouTube and even sign in. You like to go home.
Go on YouTube. It's hard because you just don't know which way to go. There's so much. Ow.
Not hard to find us.
Not hard. It might be for somebody like me. I'm not that technical, but my wife can just say, hey. And I'm just like, whoa, let me watch that.
www.mountainfunlife.com. You can get to the radio and go on there, and where it says listen live, you can go on there and you can listen or click listen. And speaking of the radio, now we did tell them that we're going to be adding some holiday music, but we're not going to be multitasking it. We're not going to start Jingle Bells before Thanksgiving.
There it is.
We got to get Thanksgiving done first, and we don't want to overwhelm you. It kind of irritates me when I'm trying to get ready for one holiday, and all the commercial people are hitting you with everything from everything else that's coming after it.
Like
and I'm
me,
trying to get ready for one.
corn,
I don't multitask like that. Yeah, I don't multitask.
That is actually multitasking. Lord have mercy. They coming at you like a flock of geese, ain't they?
They're trying to sell you something. They want those 100-point bucks
It ain't
coming
even
in.
Thanksgiving yet, and we doing Black Friday shows. Come on.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Let's knock this off.
Give me a break.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, man. I hope that's not greed driving that kind of mentality. It wouldn't be, would it? Wouldn't be. No, it wouldn't be.
Couldn't be.
But anyway, we're not gonna hit you with everything from. We're gonna wait. We're gonna hold off on that.
The shelf.
And we'll leave it on the shelf now. But we will be having some holiday music that we'll be putting on, and then after the holiday's over, we're not going to continue to bombard you with it. We're gonna pull it and move on. It's just like Mountain Monday morning. You never know what we're going to pull on you, and that's what makes it interesting. That's the reason you need. Hey, you got to keep an eye on. You got to keep an eye on him. Watch him like a hawk, and we. But we enjoy it. That's what it's about. But what we like to do here is let people know what's going on. Not only here with Mountain Fun Life Creative Christian Network and what Bob Denny's been into, and he's been on a trip.
Yeah, we need to take just a second and say
say
hello to his mother right back. Bob
she said howdy to
way.
it. I guess she said howdy. I don't know.
She sent that back by a messenger.
But yeah,
that's pretty good. I'm glad she likes us. And it's mutual.
You need all the friends you can get. I'm telling you.
You bet you.
You need all the friends you can get.
I'll tell you what, we can't love our old people. We're in trouble.
Now don't.
I'm old myself. I want some.
Don't. Let's not use that term.
No respect.
No. Now
elder,
let's be respectable.
Should I choose the word elder better? Because she is my elder.
Well, a few years ahead of you. Well, let's put it that way.
A little bit smarter.
Probably. Well, I'm not going to comment on that one.
All right.
We're going to move on with Mountain Monday morning away from that topic right there because that's not going to work.
Nope. Okay.
That's not going to work. But we like to pull new stuff. You don't know what. Hey, you just wait. We ain't done yet, are we? We've been on a roll since we got here, and we like to do that to try to keep interest coming our way of the mountains and what we're doing here in the mountains, what we're doing in the great city of Pigeon Forge and the Great Smoky Mountains. And we like to just on the spur of the moment pull something that gets people's attention. And that's just the way we are. Why? Because we don't have a set program. We don't set no. You can't program him. He is not programmable.
Pretty hard to work with, aren't I?
Not really. But anyway, we like to what we like to do is try to keep people's interest to where they'll say, "Hey, let's go over to Mountain Fun Life Network."
Exactly.
And our friends have got to come on here and see what's going on with Creative Christian Network, Mountain Fun Life, and we got to go find out what's going on with this radio here. That for some reason or other, we've got some newcomers to our top 10 listening audience from around the world. Would you like to hear about them? Of course, the United States is always a number one category, and sometimes Britain.
The world now, 'Cause I got my continents mixed up a little bit here.
Oh, no, I'll not take you that direction this morning.
Good, thank
But
you.
anyway, United States, of course, holds the #1 spot in the top 10 listening audience. Now, that's in the listening audience of the radio, from the radio side of Mountain Fun Life. www. I get enough W's. You know about them
I
W's,
like them
don't you?
WWs. Mm-hmm.
mountainfunlife.com, and it's amazing, and we want to welcome to that top 10 Sweden, Zambia, Ireland, and of course Germany now has moved up into the #3 spot of the listening audience as far as listening minutes. Germany is now in spot
That's pretty
#3.
good. That's pretty good.
I don't even speak German.
Mm-mm.
I don't even know.
I do good speak English now.
Yeah,
Mhm.
but there are a lot of them know English. They're intelligent. I'm telling you, intelligent people. And we got a lot of military over there too, in that area. So we want to welcome our worldwide audience to not only listen to the radio, come on here and catch Mountain Monday morning, because you never know what to expect out of us. That's why you would have said that, expect. You don't know what to expect out of Mountain Man here. Now, I try to give you a heads up sometimes, but I got something this morning I hardly gave anyone a heads up to, because I was feeling in that kind of a fun mood this morning. But anyway, let me get back to Tim Parton on Mountain Music Hour. We can't let that get away from us here. There's something going on with Tim Parton. He's becoming a show off or something, because did you know that Mountain Music Hour that he did while I was in you were kind of puny, and I was at a wedding in on the other side of Nashville, and Tim, the Partons, and my daughter, they came in. Tim's getting to be a showboat or a show off. I got the stats back on that, and for that week, that show, #1. It was the most viewed. Now he is
pretty good though.
I wonder if he's got connections we don't know about.
Can't never tell.
We're going to have to figure out what to do with him. We are going to get him back. We're going to have him back. Mountain Music Hour coming up the last Friday of this month. We'll get him back.
You better watch. He is your pastor, you know.
Yeah, well, we'll put him on the spot. But anyway, I got my list. I got my pen here. You need my pen?
No, that's okay.
You don't need my pen.
I wasn't worthy of a paper today.
Okay. One thing we do need to say about Thanksgiving, it should, in all seriousness, it should be about truly Thanksgiving and not partying and revelrying. It's okay to have fun. Go out and hunt, have a good meal. But it does need to be about Thanksgiving. Sincerely about Thanksgiving. But, you know, speaking of Thanksgiving, how would you like to hear a little bit of Giblet Blues? I got you again.
Yep.
You don't know that, do you? Giblet. A little bit of turkey, the Giblet Blues. Why don't you put your hands, get your hands out of you.
All righty then.
What are you freezing?
Well, no. That's just I'm lazy.
Okay, put your hands in.
You just want
You keep that going.
You just want blues beat.
You need your hand, yeah. We're going to do a little bit of this little light of mine. I don't even know a Giblet Blues. We'll have to. How's that, son?
That sounds good.
Keep it on time now.
We are about to let him go on.
You see, you never know what to expect, what we going to do. That's the reason you need to keep tuning in and following Mountain Monday morning. And our time is just about all gone. What about that?
It's
been fun.
It has.
Been fun. Say
bye.
Thank
you for coming in. Bye, Mountain Man.